it is 3:30 on, I'm sorry.
I said.
It is 3:30. I'd like to, on June 19th, and I'd like to open the regular select board meeting that was rescheduled for the reasons, I'm not sure, I guess we had, the town office did lose an important person, a husband, and so there is a service tonight, and some of us would like to attend that. And so that's why we did move the time. Thank you for coming. Thank you, BCT, for coming. And I think we should get started. Are there any additions or amendments to the agenda?
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Chris mentioned we don't have one, but Shannon and I talked about whether the open and accepting town committee could get a little bit of a time in the meeting.
Open and accepting town committee?
Yeah, my committee.
Oh.
Well,
I think
I'm
that's a
thinking
big
that
table.
perhaps we need to table that. Will that be all right for you, or do you
Sure.
need it today?
Well, it's very short. I mean, it's just to add a member to the.
Oh, to add a member.
Right, that's all. it is.
Because we've tabled
I think-
several things on the agenda.
Do you have a meeting prior of your committee prior to our next select board meeting?
I'm not really sure. I mean, the next meeting's the 28th.
Okay,
June.
so,
So, no, there's not another select board meeting.
okay, so we could probably add that. That just only takes a few minutes. Okay.
Under new business?
Yeah, under new business, where are we on this sheet?
the
New
top.
business, there you are. Okay. I do have some amendments to the agenda that I'd like to propose, and because this is an extremely stormy evening, there are roads that are beginning to wash out a bit, and we'd all like to get home a little early. There are some things that we can table for our next meeting, which is July 3rd, hopefully at 6:30. I mean, 6 o'clock. I don't even know what time the meeting is. Okay, the ones that I would like to table for this evening is the update for the truck bids, because they will be added in Todd's road foreman's and road commissioner's report. The are we tabling the paving bids?
We're going to open them.
We're going to
I
open
don't
them,
think
but not
Todd-
award them?
Correct, with Todd not being here, I don't
Okay.
think you.
Why isn't he here?
He said
He's
there was a
out
problem
fixing
with
the
the
roads.
Where?
He didn't say.
So we're going to open the paving bids, and we're not going to award them. We'll table that for next time.
Actually, probably a special meeting.
All right, well, that'll be the next time, special meeting. Whenever we meet again. I'd also like to table forming personnel committee. We can do that, that'll take a bit of discussion, and we can do that next time on our next regular meeting. Employee Appreciation Day, setting a place. I think we can also table that until our next regular meeting. Is everybody, do we have some discussion about that?
So you need a
We have a
motion?
motion?
Yeah, a motion to table till time certain the truck bids, the award of the paving bids, the forming of personnel committee, and the employee appreciation day, and that would be till July 3rd.
Correct.
Now you need a second.
Do you have a,
Yeah, I do.
you have a concern?
Well,
Yes, I do have a
let's second it first.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
That's
Oh,
protocol.
okay, I second it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And any discussion?
Yes, there is discussion.
Okay.
Because on July 3rd, we were going to be here for a 10-minute meeting to do papers we had to do. Now why are you putting a whole list of stuff down to do? You're the one that said it before, that's going to be a short meeting. Now all of a sudden you want to change everything.
Well, actually, it's not that I want to change everything. It's that I want to make this meeting short because we're in the middle of a thunder and rainstorm. And the other thing is that we did agree on a short meeting on July 3rd. And now, it wasn't my idea, if you remember correctly, I wanted to have a different meeting on a different day, but it was agreed upon by the entire board to make it a short meeting. And so
But there'd be any reason why we couldn't consider doing it on July 11th? These
Do what?
these items that we're tabling.
You mean change the meeting from July 3rd to?
No, move the items that we're tabling till July 11th. Which would be our meeting, that'd be actually 17th.
well, on the paving bids, of course, we're gonna have to have a special meeting within a week or soon.
The meeting after the July 3rd would be July 17th.
Well, what's the discussion on that? Is that agreeable? Do you want to move everything to July 11th? Or
11th?
just have a 10-minute meeting on
No, I'm sorry, 17th.
17th?
You mean the 17th?
17th.
That might be a little too late for things.
Well, I think it would impact the paving bids, definitely.
I mean, if we're going to read the paving bids tonight, why don't we just vote on it, which we do?
Because
We
we
need
need
Todd
Todd to be here.
Oh, you need Todd to be.
Todd is the is the one who is in charge of doing the roads and
No, I
working with
know
the
that.
paving people. We'd have to have Todd here.
But
I
thought
don't
with
see why we
bids-
can't have a special meeting next week just for paving bids. We can actually open the paving bids so that they are opened on time, and we can call a special meeting just to do the paving bids next week. And then, if you only want a 10-minute, if we're still held to the 10-minute meeting on, that'll be interesting, we'll have a 10-minute meeting on July 3rd, and then we could do the other things that we've tabled on July
17th.
I have a suggestion, why don't we do it this week? Have a very quick special meeting.
Well, we can discuss the special meeting later, we're just getting the idea. Right now, we have a motion.
I know, but
Yeah.
you're suggesting
Yeah.
a time and place, so I'm saying,
Yeah.
if this is important, if we do a 10-minute special meeting next week, we could probably do it this week and just get it over with so that they can move ahead.
Well,
What
yeah.
would you think?
You want to say,
Just do it early as we could do that.
we could?
What do you think?
How's it be?
Okay, so we're going to have to vote on the motion that was made,
Mhm.
and the motion was made
Well,
to,
you can amend the motion.
okay.
So someone would make a motion
Someone
to
can
amend
amend
it
the motion.
to the new date.
Yeah.
Okay. Would someone like to amend the motion?
I'll amend the motion.
And that date would be.
You have to say it out.
I mean,
I'll amend the motion that we're changing the date.
Mhm.
probably not. I mean, they just can't.
From what?
Um,
I'm totally confused.
It would be,
From today,
Yeah.
to talk about the bids to another day
you're
this
tabling it
week.
till a time certain, and the
Yes,
time
till a
certain would
time.
be,
Sometime this week.
And I think I
Is
read.
that what you're saying?
I was thinking next Monday
For a meeting about the
for
paving
the
bids?
paving bids.
Oh, I was thinking, and Chris was saying
Yeah.
he would like to have it earlier.
Okay,
We're just,
so
I
we
mean,
need a
if we're
date.
just having a 10, okay, so I'll make it, I'll have to look at my calendar. Chris, how long does this take?
For what?
Oh, with Todd here, how long would you need for a special meeting?
What, for the paving bids?
Yeah,
Not very long.
no,
No,
it's
not very
very
long.
long at all. I remember from last year.
Be careful. All right, yeah, I'll let you know.
Tomorrow,
Okay.
Tuesday?
thanks.
You can't post it.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it has to be posted.
Shannon, does it have to be posted that we have a quick special meeting about paving bids? Okay, so you need it, we can't do it tomorrow then, is that
No.
correct? So Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday?
Yep.
Okay. So do you wanna do it in the morning sometime? Thursday? Wednesday?
It doesn't matter to me, any of these dates work.
You better, Thursday'd be better. The reason I'm saying that is because it washes tonight, I'll probably be busy.
Actually, you can agree to that, and a time, you know, I'm not sure that I can make it on a Wednesday or Thursday, but you don't actually need me here. So just, I think I'm a little worried about this motion that we have hanging by a cord. Do we need to defeat that motion and then make a new
No,
motion?
you can amend it. Just
Okay.
vote to amend the date.
Okay, so we just need to amend the date,
Yeah.
so.
We can,
That would be to amend the motion to June 22nd.
What would you all like to agree to?
June 22nd. Does that work?
When is
for
it?
you, Chris? June 22nd, in the morning? Can you do it in the morning, Chris? What time? 8, 9? 9. How about you?
Yeah, 9 o'clock would be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we have an amendment to the motion, would you like to
Well, then
state?
you need to get a second.
I
And then-
second.
As if it's to discuss it and to vote on it.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
You second.
Yeah.
All right, and let's discuss it. We've already discussed it, it sounds like. Everybody's in agreement. So all those in favor of meeting on June 22nd at 9 a.m. for the purposes of awarding the paving bids, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It appears it has passed unanimously. So Shannon, if you'd note, there'd be a special meeting on June 22nd at 9 a.m. for that purpose.
Now you have to defeat the
Now.
the main motion. Yeah, and you're done.
Pardon?
Now you have to vote the main motion.
And the main motion
That would
was
be-
to move everything else that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Which
Truck
were
bids.
the truck bids update, which we're going to receive tonight, and Todd's report, and forming a personnel committee and an employee appreciation day,
Mhm.
setting a place. That shall be moved to,
July 19th?
we could do July 19th, but I'm pretty sure that that could be done in 10 minutes.
Okay.
But
What could be
when
done?
would, okay, let's just do July 19th.
I would amend my motion to July 19th.
Pardon?
For all
So
of
you
these
move on.
things to be tabled?
Yeah.
until the-
Till that date,
So I
July
have a
19th.
question.
Do we have a second on that, moving it to July 19th?
I just,
You did.
Whoever seconded my motion can just second that.
Okay.
Okay, a second.
Now, which bids are those now?
Can we talk about this?
It's
Yes,
truck
it's
bids.
discussion time now.
I thought everything was in on the truck bids. Is it, Shannon?
I'm sorry?
Is everything in on the truck bids?
Yeah, it doesn't really need to be tabled because it's in the,
Right.
Just
we
the
can get
order.
it done
Foreman's
tonight.
report.
I
it's
know,
award.
it's just an update.
yeah, and it's just included in the road foreman's report, so it doesn't need to be on the agenda, so you
That's
don't really
right.
need to table.
So the two items that would be moved would be forming a personnel committee.
Yep, and employee
employee
appreciation.
appreciation.
Those are the two things.
Can I ask? this?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ken, since you see what we're going through, are you saying that you just need 1 minute to suggest a person's name, with no discussion or anything? I mean, just to vote on it? Yes.
Yea or nay.
Okay. Yes, because we're cutting out so many things.
Okay, so we have, did we vote? I don't think we voted on it yet.
No,
All those in favor of forming a personnel committee, discussion, and employee appreciation day, setting a place to July 19th, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so be it. It's unanimous. Oh, man, I hope the rest of this is not as hard as that. Yes.
On June 22nd, this Thursday, we have listed grievance day.
Oh, that's grievance day
Yeah,
at 9 a.m.
we start at 9:30.
Oh, this meeting is just a...
Well, this should actually be done in a half hour. It's just awarding a bid.
Okay,
I think they can do it.
I hope they can.
I hope they can too. And maybe they could meet in another room.
Who?
Us, the select
Yes, that
board.
would be a good idea.
Okay, so I'm sure.
I
they'll-
just wanted you to know that we
Well,
have.
thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, so select have to be meeting in another room for that meeting, just to be aware. Okay, all right, my goodness. All right, we have minutes from June 5th. Are there any additions, or has everybody read these, and
Yep.
anything, is there a word spelled incorrectly? Never. No,
Don't ask me that.
all those in favor of approving the select board meeting minutes for June 5th, 2017, please say aye.
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 All right, it's
I'm sure
unanimous.
you need a motion first.
Oh, all right. We need a motion first. To approve the select board minutes.
I make
for-
a motion to
I'll
approve the
second.
select board.
Thank
There you
goodness.
go.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, that's done. All right, now we have road business. Road foreman and road commissioners report. I believe that one of us is going to have to read it. Would
You
like
can
to-
read it, you can read it faster than I will.
All right, I'll read it. 1, roads. We continue to grade roads and clean culverts with the backhoe, but it has been an uphill battle with all the heavy rainstorms every other day. We're going to have to do ditch work on a lot of roads when they dry out. All roads are open and pretty good overall. I have Jake Beatty going around cutting the roads back where there's a lot of knotweed. We had 2,000 left in the roadside mowing budget, so it was a good time to have him get the worst spots. Equipment. The 2013 Mack is at State Line Truck Service for some rear brake work. The rest of the equipment is okay at this time. Paving bids. The paving bids are due today. Just remember that the bids are to be price per ton in place. That's the way we've done it for years now. V-Trans said that that is the way to bid it out. 4, truck bid. I would recommend going to Summit Motors. The price went up some because they did not have an extended warranty in their bid. He has now included it in the price. Kenny Pond. I have been in touch with Ben Green from the Division of Dam Inspections. He is going to schedule a time when he can send someone down to look at the dam and give us a recommendation on how they want us to shore up the retaining wall. When I know when they are coming down, I will let Shannon know so she can notify the Palmer family. I will let Mark Pickering and Mike Fitzpatrick and Christopher know so we are all on the same page with the repairs. 6, job application interviews. Christopher and I have done the job interviews and we are ready to make a recommendation to the board. 7, York rake. The new York rake is here. We have to get it put together. Then we will start using that and put the old one out to bid. 8, the road crew has been very busy with culvert cleaning and ditching roads. Vacations will be starting soon for most of us. They do a good job for the town keeping the roads good. Depending on the storms today, I may not be there. We are supposed to have a possible flash flood starting around 1 p.m. Thank you, Todd Lawley, road foreman, and Christopher Williams, road commissioner. Okay.
Motion to accept?
A second.
All right, we have a motion to accept the road foreman's and road commissioner's report. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And it passes unanimously. Okay. All right, we have, our next item is highway crew opening, review of applications and recommendations, discussion and decision. All right. I believe we need to have a discussion in an executive meeting. And so,
So motion to adjourn to executive
Yep.
session for the purpose of discussing highway employee applications?
yes, and the provisions of Title I, Section 313A3. All those in, any discussion?
Need a second?
I need a
second.
second. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn to executive meeting. and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's an unanimous. A motion to come out of executive session.
So move.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we come out of executive session. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're here. All right. We have been discussing,
Now we gotta go back to the regular meeting.
yeah, we have to say, I'd like to open reopen the regular meeting. Do we have to have a motion to open the
No,
regular
no,
meeting?
you're not under adjournment, so you
Oh
can
my
go ahead.
gosh, this is just too complicated. All right. We are going to now offer employment for an opening on the highway road crew. And we have made a decision. We will be offering employment to Mike, Why Not? The correct time to say his name? Close enough? And so we will notify him.
We do need.
No, we gotta make a motion, we gotta make
We
a
have
motion to
We
hire.
already agreed to this. We are offering employment, full-time, for highway, road, crew member
Employee.
to Mike.
Highway employee.
Employee, full-time. Do I
So-
have,
Chris, why don't you make the motion for that?
yes, Chris?
I'd like to make a motion to hire Mike, why not, for the highway department.
I second the
Full-time.
motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we're hiring Mike Wynot for full-time highway person. All those any second? Or all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Welcome on board, Mike. Here's my minutes. Now I've lost
Sure, yeah. Using road grants.
yeah. Is it the paving bids? No, we're tabling that. Truck bids. We're opening the paving bids?
You're gonna open paving bids.
You're gonna open them and read them into the record, you're just not awarding them.
I'm sorry?
You can open and read them. but
Just not award.
I'm gonna open these. It's really hard. Okay. All right, our first paving bid is Springfield Paving. Look at this. Yep, in North Springfield. And it has here the hourly rate,
Yeah,
what is that, $500 at 8 hours is $4,000. Approximately, town project, approximately $6,846, plus or minus linear feet. Price per ton in place is $59.89.
that's,
And that's at 1,855 tons. Would this be the total? As the estimated project total is $115,095.95. The estimated completion date is September 15th, 2017.
yep.
Okay, I think that's it. We don't need
How
to
much a ton? That's,
Yeah.
let me see that.
start that.
That was 980.
That's about price in your space. value,
What was,
okay, and
what was
this.
the price per ton, Chris?
$59.89.
$59.89. Okay, so this will go to Todd. First of all, it will go to Shannon, and then it will go to Todd.
Here.
Okay. This is a bid from, is it Basin?
Basin Brothers.
Basin Brothers Trucking Incorporated in Westminster. The side dressing is $410 per hour. The total project for Newfane is approximately $13,728 plus or minus linear feet. The price per ton in place is $61.70. An estimated project total cost is $120,510. Estimated completion date, September 15th, 2017.
Yep.
Okay. This is a bid from Vermont Roadworks in Brattleboro. And the side dressing hourly rate on an 8-hour day is $49.47.
I'm looking at the,
Total project is approximately $6,864 plus or minus. Price per ton is $60.11. Estimated project total cost $116,974.06. Price is firm. Estimated completion date September 1st, 2017. Thank you very much for those who submitted a bid. And we will be meeting, a special meeting Thursday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen.
That's on the-
Thank you.
And the special meeting to award the bid will be this coming Thursday at 9 a.m. Okay.
I don't know why we had to wait, but we could have awarded it tonight.
Well, especially since you were here, but everybody was saying we needed time here as well. But that's how it is. Okay.
Shannon, do we need Todd here for this? Because I always thought that we have a process for accepting bids, no matter who's here. But it has to do with the
Well,
amount.
it's, you're the board and you can decide to do it anyway. It's
But-
really up to you guys.
It's lowest qualified bid,
I
so.
mean, unless there's a reason not to,
Mhm.
which in this case, I don't think there is a reason not
No, this is, I don't have a problem with a low bid on this one.
to. No.
So why don't we do it now?
Well, I had no problem awarding the bid, but I was told that we needed to have Todd here, and which does in a way make sense, being the road foreman and all. But since we have the road commissioner sitting on the board, it does seem that, you know, but since we've already
We have a motion.
agreed on
All right, we'll do it that way.
meeting, I think we should stick with that.
And the main reason also being that the gentleman who was here on the front row was obviously
He's-
interested
he
in
already left.
not just the opening, but also the award.
Yeah.
So
That's right, absolutely. All right, now, what's next?
Municipal roads plan?
I think we tabled the municipal roads grant, or no, we did not. Okay, this is pretty exciting actually, and you might have gotten one on your email, every one of
Yep.
you. And so,
I don't know how exciting it is.
well,
Not really
I
that
think it's kind of exciting if we actually get a grant. That's the exciting part.
It's not really exciting. It's basically a grant that will help us in the planning phase of what I was talking about at the last meeting, where the state is mandating how we will be maintaining a portion of our roads. So this is just some money to help us for the plan. And in order to be eligible, we simply have to agree that we will start our process. But I need the letter of intent signed, and it has to be in by the 5th. So if we can do that tonight, that would be Fantastic.
Chris, did you get a chance to look this over?
Which one's that?
The letter of intent,
No.
since it's involved the road planning.
I probably have. When did it come out? When did we get those, Shannon?
This,
That was a couple weeks ago.
Last meeting, was it in the file for last meeting?
No, it came in since the last meeting, but basically it's state money to help us with that new general roads permit,
Yeah.
where they're gonna be, kind of dictating how we maintain the roads. They're offering a grant to help with the planning process. So it would be silly not to do it.
Yeah, what they're asking us to sign up for is construct one or more roads best management practices to bring additional connected road segments up to municipal road general permit standards to be completed by October 31st, 2017, or by final completion date of June 30, 2018. Also, construct the additional road BMTs on hydrologically connected roads, roads that drain directly into surface waters, streams, rivers, ponds, lakes, and wetlands. Third, consult with the Regional Planning Commission prior to construction of the BMT to conduct a required site visit and verify the appropriateness, location, and the connected road segment and BMT to meet the draft MRGP standard. Fourth, BMP will bring road segments up to MRGP draft standards. Fifth, provide a minimum 20% local match in kind or cash, in kind and cash. Match can include qualified in-kind contributions such as transportation, municipally owned road equipment, crew labor, etc. Pretty standard. And then six, work with the Regional Planning Commission to complete the report template for each additional BMP, which includes location of the BMP and road segment number, itemized practice install, and before and after photographs. So that's what they're asking us to sign up for.
Newfane has a lot of problems with
Right.
a lot of things, and they can't be changed.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to close the road if they won't do them the way they are.
I don't think he's asking for all the roads,
quite a bit.
one or more roads.
Quite a bit of them, but,
For this grant, it's just one road.
It's just one road.
oh, this grant
Yeah.
is just one road?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So,
Motion to accept the letter, or to forward the letter of intent to participate in the RPC DEC Municipal Road Grant in a pilot project.
second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to go ahead and register for, or make an application for this grant. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It does pass unanimously. Thank you very much. I think I would like to see us get that grant. All right. We have administrative assistance report.
Okay, very quick. The recycling postcards went out to all property owners last week, letting them know about the recycling bins, and I also noticed that Johanna put an announcement on Front Porch Forum as well. Structures grant, River Road Bridge bids, the grant agreement was returned to us with the required signatures, so I was able to get the request for bids out last week, and they're due back on July 17th. And all select board members have completed their required FEMA training, and all of the certificates are in the file now, so we're all set.
And let's hope we don't need it tonight.
Yes.
Correct.
Motion to accept?
Second.
Go ahead.
All those in favor of accepting the administrative assistance report, please say aye.
Aye.
It passes unanimously. Thank you very much, administrative assistant. All right, we're moving right along. We have a report from the Town Office Building Committee. They're not staying, they're going home and digging ditches. So I'm going to be reading, not really, but probably. They did leave us an update on a report. Would you like to read this for us?
Okay.
I'm getting a little tired of hearing my voice.
Okay, this is to the Newfane Board of Select Persons from Town Office Building Committee. regarding town office property. At our last meeting on June 6, 2017, a couple of items came up that require expense approval from the select board. Number one, the window sills along the back 3 windows, bathroom and halfway, need to be replaced before the exterior of the building is painted. Frank Saponsky has estimated a cost not to exceed $750. He is able to do the work if you would like him to. Number 2, outdoor garden area. A, Janice's garden area in the back is in need of being cleaned up. I've asked Sally Toppitzer of the Newfane Garden Club to clean up the tarp and mulch that has been there for some time and is, quote, killing the grass. I suggested putting the mulch in an attractive container and moving it further back up against the bushes. B, Bob Litchfield has replaced the wood on the bench and it has been painted a dark green. The town paid for the wood at a cost of $14. C, the picnic table has been power washed by Frank Saponsky. It needs to be painted, maybe a dark green like the bench, or stained. Cost, question mark. D, the wooden stockade fence is in need of replacement. We have a price for a white vinyl fence from Home Depot for 3 panel sections, 4 posts, and caps for the posts. Each panel is $79. Posts are $31 per post, and we did not get a price for the caps. So far the total is $361 plus the caps. I would think that a price not to exceed $450 would take care of the cost. E, Greg Record has agreed to trim the bushes in front of the building before the exterior is painted and to trim the cherry tree in Janice's garden. He has done this in the past and not accepted payment from the garden club. The garden club said it is okay for me to ask Greg, which I have already done. 3, floors. We are looking into process for sanding of the floors or putting down a high-grade, pre-finished maple floor. Sincerely, Doris.
Thank you. And here are the specs and everything for their proposed addition of the vinyl fencing.
I would like to make a motion to accept the report and also to approve the funds. We held our executive session out there. The fence had fallen over. It looked pretty awful. And this looked like a good way to give the staff some nice place to have their lunch, as well as to upgrade the area for Janice's garden. Janice Litchfield was an important person in this community, and we should not let her garden just go to shame.
Any second?
I second.
Okay, we have any discussion? We're open for discussion. We had some discussion? No? See, what was I going to discuss here? So we're basically, the motion is to approve the funds.
Yes.
She had, they also have, names of people who will perform the work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's part of the
That's
motion.
included, yes.
Okay, included in the motion. Okay. Any further discussion with this? Do we have a total of how much we're approving?
She said up to 450.
Yes. Not to exceed 450.
That's just, is that just the wooden fence?
Well,
Let's see, wooden fence. Oh, yeah, and then $14, and it sounds like that's the majority of it. But whatever is in here, it'd be the $450 with, so,
I would also ask to include the $750 for Frank Saponsky to replace the sills and the windows in the back before
Okay.
it gets painted.
all right, so
So
we
you're looking
have,
at $750, $14 to reimburse.
right, and $450.
Exactly.
So the total, whatever that total is. Okay. All right. right, we have that motion to approve this report, the costs and the work that is being proposed in this report of the town office building committee.
$1,200 total.
$1,200?
Well,
$750
$750 and $450.
The money is budgeted for this purpose,
Okay, all right.
for his budget.
Okay. All right, so the total, whatever that was, 12, you said 12?
1,200 is the total.
All right, 1,200 is the total. So that's what we're approving, $1,200. All right. All those in favor of accepting that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any disagreements, say no. All right, it passes unanimously. Thank you very much. We have now Christine White from Southeastern Vermont Watershed Alliance. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I promise not to take too long. I know you all want to go home. I brought a little packet for you.
Thank you very
Because I'm
much.
going to give you a lot of information in a very short amount of time.
Thank you, Christine.
We've been in business checking the waters, mostly that flow into the West River or the Basin 11, for many years as Southeastern Vermont Watershed Alliance since 2003. And what happens from this is this data goes to the state, and the state is able to build a historical data, so they're able to notice if something bad is happening somewhere that hadn't happened before. Every year, the sites are adjusted to zero in on places that maybe have been a little marginal or where we know there might be bad drainage, bad stuff getting into the river. So they're adjusted. We work with the Agency of Natural Resources, the Connecticut River Watershed Alliance, the La Rosa Grant people, 35 volunteers, check some 30-something sites from all the way from the headwaters of the West River to the Connecticut. I wanted to thank you personally for the support that the town has given over the years. Newfane has been foremost in supporting what we do. It's one of the few things that happens that everybody in town benefits from. Everybody benefits if there's clean water. And we're very fortunate to have clean water. We do keep track of what's coming into town and what's going out of town, so that we know that we're not passing on any problems. We sample 6 times from June to August. The map of the area that we cover is here. There's a lot more information on our website. There's also a lot more information on the Facebook page. This is last year's sampling results. And this is a report card. And I felt like these were the most important pieces of documentation that I could provide the select board. We do publicize the results in all the medias. We do put it on WTSA. Try to get it into like the Commons, the Reformer, the Front Porch Forums, the Bucketville and Wadsboro, all the local media, so that people know when they go swimming what kind of water they're putting themselves into. I wanted to come here. Other board members will be going other places, hopefully. We have one of the most active recreational rivers in the whole area with the Rock River. We have a lot of people who use the Rock River. And I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions. I'm very happy to say that as a waterfront owner, I meet with the Rock River Preservation Trust once a year. I invite them to come to my house, I feed them lunch, we talk about any issues that we might be having, because as you go up the trail to all the different swimming holes, you're going by swimming holes that are used by families, and they have been extremely responsive to my concerns. And if anybody else has concerns, I can certainly pass those on. We have open and quite honest dialogue, I think, which I'm very proud of. I got involved with this because I couldn't believe that there weren't problems. There can't be that many people up the river and there not be problems, but there aren't, as you can see. So with that, you can read this when you have more time.
Can you just specify what yellow, green, red, and orange?
Pretty much what you would think. Green means good to go, you
Yeah.
can jump in there with no problem.
Right.
Yellow means you might want to be cautious, check the levels, maybe teetering on questionable, and the red is don't go near the water. And those are not, those are Brattleboro, for this particular year, those were Brattleboro locations. We do have some in Putney that are giving us a little bit of a fit, and we do have some up in the Rockingham area that are also giving us a fit. But we're working on them, and we are working very closely, because what happens here, eventually, especially with nitrates, phosphates and so forth, they go into Long Island Sound. And they end up impacting far more than just what happens here. And it's accumulative. It goes, you know, comes from the little brooks into the bigger ones, into the bigger ones, into the Connecticut. So we work with the Connecticut River Conservancy, which used to be Connecticut River Watershed Alliance. And they help us promote what we do. We help promote what they do. So we have some really nice collaborations.
Yeah, how can we find out about the smaller brooks? Like, for example, I have Smith Brook in my backyard.
Yes.
And then there's some other smaller brooks in the area. How do we find out? Is it the West River that feeds them, or?
Smith Brook runs into the West River. We
Yes.
check at the Brookline Bridge and at the Dummerston Bridge. And if anything was if let's say Brookline was clean and Dummerston wasn't, we would know to start zeroing in on the feeder brooks. We also check, the only reason, the Rock River had always checked clean, but because of my concern and because of other people's concerns, we do continue to check that. But there's no reason at this point to think that anything coming out of Newfane is a problem. However, if there's any reason that you think, that you suspect that sewer's going in, or you suspect maybe not good, the drainage from maybe where there's a lot of animals or something, if you have a concern about that, we certainly can take that to the board and talk about what we could do to address it, and just either say, yep, you got a problem, or no, there is no problem.
Well, I certainly am really excited about the Rock River's cleanliness.
So was I.
Wow.
I was excited and amazed.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that nature is quite remarkable, and that is a series of pools, and in between them, the water goes over rocks, and it's
Yeah, I
aerated
think
and
that's
it's
it.
cleaned.
The Rock River is actually full of rocks.
It's more rocks than water most
That's
of the
it.
time, not today.
I know.
And I also think that with a lot of education, the users of the Rock River take out what they take in, and they are cautioned, you know, if you are not respectful of this water, you could lose the right to be here. So they really work hard at being good stewards of the river, and they don't want to go in dirty water. So I have found them to be great partners. We don't come to the board and address issues. We sit down at the table and have a cup of coffee and talk about them and figure out a way to fix them. Now, that is not necessarily popular within the neighborhood, but that's how I do business, so.
I've sat on this board for 2 years, just recently resigning. And this is the hardest working group of 4 or 5 volunteers who reach out to 35, 40 other people who actually get into the rivers and test the water. And it goes all the way up to Saxon River and all the way up to Stratton Mountain, the whole watershed. This is a big, big project.
It is,
And these
it's a lot of
people-
work.
Yeah, and they are so dedicated to doing this. And when they identify a problem, they go after it. A few years ago up at Riverbend, the horses there it seemed to be a problem. We were getting higher readings at the bridge and at the farm down below, and we were able to identify that the runoff from there and the runoff from the farm was what was raising certain chemicals in the water, certain pollutants in the water, and they were able to address it. They can bring the state in order to bring the enforcement people in, and the enforcement people pay attention when Sevla speaks. That's important.
And it can't happen without the support of the towns. I mean, we have no money. If you look at the budget, we raise about $7,500 a year, and we're practically out with the tin cups. That's how it is. So.
And how much is the town?
Right now, the town of Newfane is about $420
Annually?
annually, yes. And that was based on a very old multiplier of how many people were in the town, which that number hasn't changed a whole lot, and the percentage of the town that was within this watershed, which I think probably in Newfane is 100%. Some of our
Right.
towns are not. With the support of the board, that number could, and we sure would appreciate it if it was bumped up a couple $100. That would make a huge difference. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to answer any questions that you have about what we do, any concerns that you have about the waterways. And thank you for being my first presentation.
Thank you very much. Yes, you did extremely well.
Very important.
I think that it would be great if we could even have some of these somehow made in color. Not really sure if we have that capability here, but and just post it around so that the public, or even put on our website. And
we do post these.
You post that.
At
That's
WW, at the store, at the kiosk in Dummerston. As much time as I have, summertime's a busy time for me too.
Right.
So.
Well, that isn't as nearly as fun to read as something like this.
That's true, and
Yeah.
remember that's last year, so
Yeah,
it
this
could
is
be a
last
little
year.
different, but.
So what is that graph? What's the date on that graph?
This one is also last year. We haven't done any
Oh.
testing this year. We
We're
start
sorry.
Wednesday morning. I will be wading in the Rock River.
Sans textiles, without textiles, without textiles, so you don't pollute the water.
Right.
That's how the
Right.
other folks who use it, they maintain the cleanliness by not wearing textiles.
Cool. Well, water,
Of any kind sometimes.
oh my goodness. Well, actually, water is life, and
Yes.
we just thank you so much for all this work that you're doing, not even really being that much aware of the actual individual work that you're doing, and we just thank you very much.
And if at any time you have any questions, any problems, any concerns, anything that we can do for you, Gary knows how to get a hold of me. I'm not hiding out. You can reach me. I think everybody in the town office knows how to get me. Christopher can find me. So if there's anything I can do, but I really think it's important for the people who are higher up in the towns to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
With the almost elimination of the Clean Water Act, the funds that come to that, organizations like this are our only line at the fence in finding pollutants in the water and helping us keep these rivers clean. So as we get to budget time in the fall, we should certainly consider an increase in their budget if they so wish.
I would respectfully say that we would love that.
If you write a letter.
I will do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will do that, and I will probably leave it to your discretion because I wouldn't have any idea.
Right.
But when you figure out $420 by the number of people who are in town, it's a pretty small amount, so.
That's true.
Okay, and I'm gonna put this in Mike's box so he has one, and I'm going home. I think maybe we might be in the clear.
That would be
Drive
nice.
carefully.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
There is one other Rock River related item that is in correspondence. So
Is this the, yes.
Should I hang around?
if you want to, this- it regards household dumping into the river.
Yeah, I think I'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shannon is leaving.
I'm sorry?
Shannon.
Shannon, are you leaving? All right, Gary, would you keep time of when we adjourn and all that sort of thing?
Actually, if you just say what time it is when you end, I'll watch it on the tape and I'll know.
Oh, okay, fine, okay. We have unscheduled members of the public. Do we have any unscheduled members of the public?
You do have 10 when you
None? None? Okay, so now we're moving
Is
on.
Ken unscheduled?
No, Ken is coming up
He's
under
under
new
new
business.
Oh, okay.
This has been quite the rock and roll dance of a meeting, but we're getting through it. So now we're moving on to new business, and Ken, you wanted to.
Well, wait, first you want to say the paving line.
No, we already did that at the beginning.
Oh, we mentioned that
We,
one?
yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
voted on
Okay,
Yes.
yes, Ken Estey, Chair, Open and Accepting Town Committee. Ingrid Longo, who lives here in Newfane, approached me and wishes to join the Open and Accepting Town Committee. So she's a clinical social worker. She's read about our work and wishes to join the committee. And not knowing the protocols for adding people to the committee, I thought it best to go to the select board and seek formal approval of a sixth member who would join us for the rest of our term of service, which is June, July, September, October, with a report due in November.
Can you spell her last name, please?
Longo,
L-L-N?
Longo, and her first name is Ingrid.
Okay. Longo.
Ingrid Longo,
Thank you.
sure.
Because this is not a regulatory committee, do we even need to approve people
We have approved the persons for his committee
in the past?
in the
Okay.
past, so I'm just thinking that he's probably going back and doing the same thing. So, do we have a motion to, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept Ingrid Longo as a member of the Open and Welcoming Committee of Newfane.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion to add Ingrid who is it?
Longo, Longo.
L-O-N.
Okay, to the Open and Accepting Committee.
Open and Accepting Town Committee.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And it appears it is unanimous. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, now we are moving right along to correspondence. Gary, would you like to read the correspondence?
Yes, we received a letter from Rock River Sciences, Inc. I reach you in my capacity as the president of Rock River Science and Education, Inc., a nonprofit that monitors and helps clean up the Rock River. Earlier this spring, our members discovered a major dumping of household trash and household items along Hunter Brook Road. We have identified 2 areas of dumping that are of concern to us because the Hunter Brook is obviously threatened at these sites. We are reaching out to the town to ask for a road crew help cleaning up the 2 sites mentioned above. We propose to focus on cleaning up these 2 sites, but as far as the identification of all the sites where this dumping took place, our identification is not exhaustive. There may be other areas along Hunter Brook Road where the same people dumped more of their trash. This act of dumping is unusual, stretched as it is along a long strip of Hunter Brook Road, and the volume of dumping is unusual. It is because of the reasons above that we look for help from the town. For the past 30 years, Rock River Science members and associates have cleaned up the Rock River and its tributaries on our own. With few exceptions, we have cleaned up items that were in the river already, having arrived from upstream. We have also cleaned up dump sites kept by landowners on their own property. In this, the case that we bring to your attention, the town road made possible the spreading of this household trash to more than one of the private properties that are contiguous with the road. The town road was the initial place of dumping before the trash rolled down to the different private properties. The culprits went along Hunter Brook Road, and they were too lazy to walk off of the road past the public property and dump their trash on the adjacent private lot. Well, it would have been illegal if they dumped it anyplace.
Right, absolutely, it is illegal.
The culperson said merely dumped on their trash on the edge of the road, and the road being on higher ground than the adjacent private property then served as a conduit for the trash rolled down to the private properties adjacent to it on the slope. In other words, the town's road being on higher ground on the slope is the proximate cause of the subsequent trashing of the adjacent private properties. A portion of the trash is already rolled down to these properties on its way to the river. The circumstances above described highlight how this particular act of dumping ought to be of concern to the town. We of Rock River Science would most appreciate the town's helping us to tackle this challenge. It would be nice if the town worked with us to clean up these two sites of the gravest concern. Proven preventive measures that the town has taken at other sites are called for at these two sites. The town can follow the precedent that has already been set at the old roadside dump site at Adam Burke Road. The no dumping signs that have been placed there, an inexpensive plastic sign, has actually prevented the dumping of new trash there. A consistent practice is called for to tackle this challenge. Inconsistency merely moves the dumping from one brook to another. A couple of no dumping signs, one at each of the two sites in question, will send the message to culprits that these areas are being monitored and any dumping will be detected. I hope that you give this serious consideration to our request for help. Please feel free to reach us to make arrangements, to learn more details about the dumping, or to learn more about us. Please let us know if your decision. Please let us know of your decision at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, Albert Diarmond. Do you know, Mr.?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. It is true, dumping is a big concern, especially when trash and all kinds of chemicals roll down into a river. And that is definitely illegal. And it appears that he's asking for us to just be aware of it and for us to work toward putting up some needed no littering signs.
No, I think the specific request is that we clean it up.
Oh, he's asking
Not-
for us to clean it up, but he also
Yeah,
down
that's
here
what he wants.
is asking for us to put up signs.
That road crew is not going down over that bank.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying
true.
though, but he is
It's
requesting.
unsafe for them to do it,
Yeah,
Right.
and you put signs up there, they aren't gonna do anything because of where the trash is coming from.
Do you know where the trash is coming from?
I got a good idea, but I'm not saying right now.
Well, I know, but you
Yeah, I
can
know
say,
where it's
yes,
coming
you know
from.
where it's coming from.
well,
Then we need
You can
to,
always
If you want to know any good, you might as well talk to this floor.
it's,
Well, it's the
you can
police
always do an
officer.
envelope check,
What?
envelope check. Go through the garbage until you find an envelope with the name on it, then charge that person with, littering.
Is it easy to, I would like to go there and look at the site. Is it easy to find it? Is it obvious? It is. Okay. I would like to go and look at it and ask our board for some,
I'll tell you sometime where it is.
okay,
Well, would you-
maybe you could go with me and
yes,
show
can you
me.
go with her and
But
help
I
her
do-
find that out?
I do want you to know, and I want to be very careful how I say this. I'm not sure how many people there are in the Rock River Science Organization,
Right, absolutely.
okay?
I mean, I just.
That is
sort of
not
was
connected with
suspicious.
us.
Yeah,
It is, we have made it a point to make sure that there's a degree of separation.
Who is that letter addressed to?
it's addressed
Actually, it was
to,
addressed
each
to
of
me.
us.
well, each of
Well,
us
it's addressed
got
to me.
this letter. This one had my name, and
Yeah.
everybody
This one
had
is my
each
name.
each name.
I got one sent to me
At home?
Yeah.
at home, to
From
my
this-
mail, yes, to my
Well, he wrote
mailbox.
to each of us individually.
Yeah, each of us got one.
We each got it.
The way my name was worded on it and how it was worded, personally, I don't think that person knows a thing. I got very angry when I got that.
Well, if you would take a minute to take me and show me, I will take it back to our board, and maybe there's something that we can do to help the town apply some pressure. maybe even get some volunteers. I don't know, but I want to look at it first.
Would you be willing
Okay.
to do that with her? Okay.
I could tell her, you know that road.
Well, it might even be, it might be
I'll-
better if you
I'll tell
went
you.
with her.
Sometime.
Because,
Okay, you tell me and I'll go look at it, okay? And with that, see you later.
Thanks, Chris.
thank you so much.
Regarding the no dumping signs, we put up no dumping signs now on South Wardsboro Road. And I think it would be consistent with us to have put no dumping signs on Hunter Brook Road.
Brook Road, yeah.
Just as one warning, to show that it's
Absolutely,
not
that
legal to
there
do.
are, yeah, I agree with that.
The people that are dumping it won't even read it.
Yeah,
Well, though, but maybe someone else would read it and pay attention. Okay, well, we could actually visit that at our next meeting if you'd like, or do you want to do that now?
let's,
What do we need to visit?
No,
Putting
the
no dumping
idea,
signs?
to
No, I
discuss
know, what
signs.
do you, about, discuss this further?
To talk about, we talked about, he had talked about adding more signs, maybe at Hunter Brook Road.
Oh, just the signs.
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing we did on
Yeah, I
South
mean-
Wardsboro at the request of the citizens.
Doesn't sound like we have to discuss it anymore. I mean, it's a good idea.
I would hope so.
So we need to talk to Todd
Yeah.
about getting some signs.
Same thing that Shannon did on
Okay.
the previous problem.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask Todd. I wonder if he got a letter.
No,
No, this
Okay.
is just select board.
Okay.
he's read mine.
Okay, so I'll have Shannon ask Todd to put up a couple of signs on Hunter Brook Road. Okay. All right, it does appear that we have pay orders now.
Chris, would you be
Thank you
willing,
very much.
Chris?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry.